Okay, we can take care of the minutes for you, if you would like. Yeah.
Would you do that, please,
Yeah.
because
We being Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Kelly knew.
Kelly is new. Kelly is the administrative assistant. She's taken Angela's place.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so I made you a little packet for tonight. I have you have a detailed budget in there, put the revenue sheet first. The revenues are in good shape. There's nothing concerning. I listed on this report by department. I won't even bother reading through it unless you have anything you want me to talk about in particular. We're in great shape because the nursing home, the pro share amount came through. So hopefully that won't bite us next year because they have a procedure now where if they feel that they overpaid you based on your estimates from no, I'm wrong. They'll base it on estimates. And then in the next year, they'll adjust it. And it has really hurt some counties who ended up having, did they end up owing money?
Yeah.
Never mind, they didn't get their pro share that they budgeted, they owed money back to the state. So it's a very scary process they have going now, but it's worked in our favor.
Is it gonna continue to work in our?
Well, that is
You got
an unknown, right? We'll hope.
Do we know? Trying to think how to frame the question. Do we know what we did right to get the pro share that we got?
We had the right mix of residents who had the right payer sources.
Okay.
So it's not something we have found out any way that we can impact at this point.
It's just the luck of the draw.
It seems to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
At this point, we'll take the good news and hope it continues. And
And the
That
only
was-
reason why I asked that question is so that this is something that we can figure out how to continue.
that's right.
You know, if we know why, then we know, can we figure out how? Where maybe the other counties haven't figured out.
Yeah, it's very complicated and it does seem like whenever someone says it's so complicated, which is what I'm telling you right now, that you can't understand it, that's what they tell us. And that just means to me there's something wrong with the process. Because we're all smart, so there can't be anything so complicated we can't all understand it. And yet these formulas that they use, I feel like they're very protective of this information. We used to get big spreadsheets that showed all counties and how they're all impacted and how everyone will be impacted. And now we only get our own county. I think that's a little odd, but.
Is that from HHS?
So I'm noticing on the revenue, you have grant funds expected for the county attorney.
Yes. Yes, they have a grant, the victim witness grant. And we will get that by the end of the year. So we have about half of it. We'll get the rest of it by the end of the year. Comes quarterly.
So. The glide path is indicating that the nursing home is gonna be in good shape back here, seeing if I had to look at that.
Yeah, the revenues for the nursing home, we're projecting there'll be a surplus exceeding the estimated revenues by $695,000. So that's a good, healthy
That's-
revenue surplus for the nursing home.
That is awesome.
Yeah, countywide, it's over 1.1 million.
Because if I looked at their projections in years past, it was not as good projection.
Yeah, this right now, we're
on
60% for the year, and it looks good. That's all the information we have. Things look
Yeah.
good right
awesome.
now. If we want to jump to expenditures,
I'd like to, just
okay,
one question on corrections. It's, there seems to be a deficit
Yeah.
here. What's that?
I looked at every line and you can see on the report, every line is projecting to be. Well, these are revenues, so we're thinking we're not gonna collect as much as we hoped during the budget process. So that's why I made that comment that we were overly optimistic in budgeting. We're just, it doesn't look like we're gonna collect what we thought we might collect.
How short do you think we will be?
The total department is about 11,000, so we projected 62,000. I think right now we're gonna receive 51,000. And luckily, there's plenty of other places in the revenues that are offsetting that, making up for it, so in total, the revenue is still in good shape, but.
Yep.
Yeah, corrections is lagging behind definitely. All right, on the expense side, you can follow through. I'm just gonna address the totals for each department unless you tell me to stop. The county convention, is probably gonna go a little over. And by a little, I mean $200. It's like you're gonna go over, because of meeting fees. So I don't.
All right, Harry, you can fill out your form.
The county attorney is gonna, oh, did I, no. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. County attorney, there's a surplus expected due to a continuing vacant position. He's struggling to try to find an attorney, so. In county administration, there was personnel change, which created a small surplus in wages, but a deficit in health insurance. The cost of preserving our meeting recordings, all the meetings we knew was gonna be $1,000 more than was appropriated, so that is gonna be $1,000 over.
So where are we storing those?
They're stored on our website. They're on our website. They're also all stored on YouTube. And I think I don't know, do you know if, what are they called, the public access TV? I don't know if they're storing them on their website as well, not sure.
Yes,
All right, so they're who we're paying, public access TV. Otherwise, we would be relying on YouTube. Which is free, but if it goes away, it goes away.
That's true.
We are not going to spend the training money in county administration this year.
what we're gonna go to,
It was actually budgeted for an
Training.
HR employee to go back to school, and she's not gonna do it, so
Okay.
that won't be spent. Employee recognition, we are gonna spend, so that'll be overexpended. All in all, at the end of the year, the general administration is expecting a small surplus. In IT, we're expecting a surplus because, a project that was budgeted, we were able to cover with ARPA funds. So it fits, they've really tightened down on what we can use that ARPA money for. And, as projects came in under budget, became a problem for us. We didn't want to return any money. And that's what would happen if you don't spend it. They weren't gonna let you change the purpose or anything unless it fit a very narrow criteria. So this IT cybersecurity risk assessment fits the criteria, so we were able to cover that with the ARPA money. So we have it planned right now. We won't be returning any money. We're gonna spend every penny to the penny on that ARPA money.
Normally I'd be against that. But the fact of the matter is that if we don't, they're gonna just give it to somebody else and they will, so we
That's right.
may as well use it for our.
Yeah.
community.
In the finance department, there are no changes and, the money's being spent as budgeted. Same as registry of deeds. From their county maintenance, we're projecting a small surplus there. There have been some projects that, unexpected repairs that came up that had to be done, so some of the projects that were planned
Put on hold.
were put on hold, right? So you'll hear more about that during the next budget season, because it's gonna be asking you again, projects that you approved last year. The Sheriff's Office, there are no concerns, the money is being spent as it was planned. Same with corrections, there's a small surplus, expected with corrections. Same with restorative justice, and no concerns there. Might have heard that, Mike McFadden is resigned, so, we're doing interviews right now and should be filling that any day now.
Who's doing that?
The interviews, Commissioner Hodges, myself, and Jamie Ellsworth. We did conducted interviews today, and we'll probably have a candidate tomorrow. Health and Human Services, the cap rate decrease. This is the 12 monthly payments that we pay back to the state of New Hampshire. The rate decreased, which is great news, so that's created a surplus there. The outside agencies and debt service are all happening exactly as budgeted. Capital projects, it's showing right now that it's over by $1,000. That's because that body scanner that we were planning to buy, the price went up since we had the initial quotes 2 years ago. But that it's $142,000. All of that was funded with the opioid abatement funds. So that was a wash, but it will end up costing county $1,000. The general fund, the total of the general fund is expecting over $300,000 in surplus. So that's good at this point in the year. Nursing home administration was expecting to stay within budget. The big item there is the bed tax that can really throw us for a loop, and we won't know until we make at least 3 quarterly payments. Right now, we're assuming it's gonna stay within what was budgeted, hoping for the best. Nursing home maintenance is projecting a surplus. They're doing all the projects they plan to do. Rehabilitation, there's a deficit showing that was due to an employee switch departments, so they created a deficit in this department in health insurance. Dietary service is going to go over budget as it did last year. We just put that out to bid, and we have contracted with a new company who's starting October 1st. Which we're very excited about that. I think that it's not gonna save, the cost is gonna be just about the same as what we're paying now. But we expect we will be getting a lot better service. Well,
Quality of the meals will be better.
yes, for both the nursing home residents and the corrections.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're pretty excited about that. The nursing department is expecting a significant surplus due to the reduced reliance on agency nurses. So yeah, that's great news.
That's what we hope for.
That's right. The laundry is within budget. Housekeeping, there's a small surplus there due to a part-time vacancy. And in physicians and pharmacy, there's a deficit projected. That's due to our resident mix right now. We have a lot of Medicare B resident services that are necessary, so that line is in a deficit there. Activities is gonna have a small deficit probably at year end due to overtime. That's because we often are having to pull activities, the LNAs who work in activities to cover the floor, to cover regular nursing shifts. Hairdressing, there's a very small surplus, and I can only assume that's because it looks like the hairdresser's not always working her full schedule, so I don't know if she has some days off or something happened. For some reason, she's not working all of the hours. She's part-time, I think. Overall, the nursing home is expecting a surplus of about $80,000 and the general fund around 300,000. So I did give you also a fund balance sheet. The potential impact of fund balance is that there would be 1.5 million added to the fund balance, which would create a new balance at year end of 5.1 million.
Good.
Which will be very helpful during your upcoming budget. Yeah. And that is my 10-minute recap of the budget.
So it looks like, overall, we're kind of close.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
yeah,
realistic.
I've always heard that on average, and I know our history is we generally spend 96% of the budget. And that's pretty good, because, you know, when you think about, we prepare it so far in advance, it doesn't give you a lot of margin for error in there, and things come up every day, and yeah, we have great managers and they shuffle things as needed, you know, priorities change and services get provided and we stay within budget.
My favorite part of this is the excess revenue, 1.1 mil. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a great
And
year.
I'm looking at the past history, I mean, we're doing pretty good on that.
Yeah, if you look down the column on this fund balance sheet, is that what you're looking at?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, I think what that does is it says that everybody is doing through this budget cycle, working hard to use the correct numbers. I don't know if that came out the way I wanted it to. This was supposed to be. It's exciting to me because
still working within the budgeted amounts.
we're working with it within the numbers and without having to kill any or do anything extreme or anything like that. And that's exciting because it enables us throughout the year, if there is a bump in the road or something, there's available funds. There's wiggle room. And I think that's a very awesome job and a very awesome position to be in, even though sometimes my fellow commissioners at the city level don't understand because they become extremely critical of the county budget. They criticize it, and I tell them they don't understand that what it takes to run a county and what it takes to do the job.
It's always easy to look at someone else's budget and say you can fix it.
Right. So, no. I want to thank you for all the hard work on this and still.
Well, I'll relay the message, but I'm really just reading these numbers off to you. But it is worth noting, looking down the operational savings column, you know, 380,000 is a pretty narrow margin.
Yep.
So
It's close, but it's still.
it's healthy. We're gonna be fine. No, everyone is every department head is very conscientious about the budget. Most of our employees are. And so, yes, they know what they can spend and what they can't spend, and they are carefully waiting till the end of the year to buy things that they could go without if they had to. Because you never know when the tree's gonna fall on the roof or what, you know, what's coming next. So, yeah, they do a good job.
Overall, it looks good.
You know, I think
Overall, we're in good
most
shape.
of the delegation is realistic and realizes there has to be money spent. And but not too much.
Yeah.
So it seems to be a working
Well, my
situation.
whole goal is to. In all of this is to. I'm not pinching pennies. I don't care to ever pinch a penny. I want to make sure our buildings are taken care of, the people are taken care of, the customers are taken care of. We have safe vehicles to drive in. We have clean environment. The nursing home, I cannot say enough. Because I've been to places where you walk in and you can tell from the air that it's a nursing home.
I was gonna do.
I know, I was,
And I'm trying to find a nice way of putting it. And
We know where you're
and
going.
I don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
have that.
There.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean that as a compliment to everything, is that it's
No,
to have to put a relative in or a family member into a nursing home. And you want to have the highest available quality of life for them as you can achieve. And I think that's what we have here. And that's my goal. I have some personal reasons behind that, because not that I have anyone in our nursing home, but within my family where I have some, and it's interesting when you go to visit homes and stuff. So kudos.
yeah, I will say, just as a, we've been very lucky, the ARPA funds, $12 million. There have been a lot of infrastructure projects done with that money. And we would be in pretty rough shape if we didn't have that. That saved the taxpayers directly $12 million. That was huge. So we don't have that anymore, and the projects haven't stopped. So you will see, you know, the capital improvements program is going to be reinitiated. There are capital projects that need to happen, so the things that didn't happen this year they didn't get solved. They won't go away, so they'll be back again. You'll see it again in the budget. But you know, it's always going to just be about prioritizing, I imagine.
But we'll have something to work with. I think we're in a better place. Even without the ARPA funds now, I think we're in a better place so that as we move forward, we have the ability to take on these capital projects. Maybe not every one, but some of the most pressing ones, we should be able to incorporate without too much pressure on the numbers. So I think that's just a good thing.
It's the fine line between taking care of all of that, taking care of the taxpayers as well. It's a fine line.
Yes,
And I think that we're pretty
Right.
close to it.
we're in good shape. I think everybody did a good job.
I do too.
The department heads are doing a great job staying within their budget and doing what they have to do.
It's a team effort, sure.
No complaints.
Guys got any more questions for Shackett, or I don't?
No,
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Sure.
Everybody else all set? The audience,
This is where we ask for public comments.
public comment.
And everyone looks at their.
I'm good. So, all things considered,